At SSE Thermal, we are focused on decarbonising our power generation to help drive the transition to a net zero future. One way to do this is through carbon capture and storage technology, or CCS. CCS is a technology that can capture at least 90% of the CO2 emissions produced by power generation and industrial processes, preventing these emissions from ever entering the atmosphere. The CCS process has 3 steps. 1. Capturing the CO2. 2. Transporting the CO2. And 3. Securely storing the CO2 emissions underground. Sounds simple, right? So how does this technology actually work? Take one of our gas-fired power stations. At a traditional plant, flue gas, which contains nitrogen, water vapour and CO2, is emitted from the stack. However, by fitting a plant with carbon capture technology, this flue gas is diverted from the stack and cooled before entering a CO2 absorber tower, shown here. Inside this tower, the CO2 is absorbed into a liquid solvent and falls to the bottom of the tower. The remaining clean flue gas is emitted from the top. The solvent containing the CO2 is then collected and pumped to the top of the CO2 stripper here, where it's heated to over 100 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, the CO2 is released from the solvent and stripped upwards by the rising vapour. The CO2 exits the stripper and is cooled and compressed at a facility off-site. This process turns the CO2 into a liquid, making it ready for export. From there, the CO2 captured at our gas plants is pumped along shared pipelines before being injected into its permanent storage site. At SSE Thermal, we are working hard to ensure the UK becomes a world leader in this essential technology, decarbonising power generation and heavy industry, and accelerating the transition to a net zero economy.